Good day and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today we're talking about more collected stories from Edgar Allan Poe on the Year of the Poe here on Drew's Book Reviews. Got a few stories to talk about today, two of which I'm primarily going to focus on. So, if you're interested, you want to hear what I have to say about more Edgar Allan Poe on the Year of the Poe on Drew's Book Reviews, stay tuned, that is coming right up. Alright, so before we get into more of the classic stories by Edgar Allan Poe, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe if you want more Edgar Allan Poe stories, as we still got more to tell you throughout the rest of the Year of the Poe here on Drew's Book Reviews. Also, you could join me down on my Discord and Patreon as well, if you're so inclined. Anyway, let's talk Edgar Allan Poe. So there was actually about 5 stories that we talked about, or that I read about from Edgar Allan Poe this month. However, I focused mainly on the 2 stories that I thought were really fascinating and interesting. And just, well, typical Poe fashion, they have this gruesome twist, these gruesome things happening. So the first story is William Wilson. This is a story about a man who starts off by telling his story, but he's using a false identity because he doesn't want you to know who he really is and what he's done, for he fears that his story will be rejected and he will be rejected and outcast should they discover who he really is. And that's the thing with this William character. He starts off in his school days telling about what his life was like at school and how his life progressed there and the challenges that he had, essentially. So he's talking about his rivals and who they are and what they were doing and why they drove him mad and insane as he goes throughout his school year and into adulthood too. Like, it doesn't just stop there, but this rival follows him throughout his entire career, his entire school career. No matter where he goes, his rival is always there. And this is kind of where it gets creepy as far as his rival and whatnot goes. His doppelganger is following him everywhere he goes, repeating everything he says, everything he does. He just won't stop. He won't leave me alone. Why is he doing everything? There could only be one of me. Why? Why is everything going on? Why does he keep repeating and doing everything I say? No matter what I do, he copies me in every exact way. Why? No. There could only be one of me. There can only be one of me. I have to end this. I have to figure out a way to end this once and for all. I will end this. Stop copying me, man. Just stop. There's only one of me. Stop it. Look, I told you to stop copying me. It's only one of me. Stop it. What? Why? Why do you keep doing this? Stop it. Ah! That's it. I'm going to end this once and for all. I will find a way to end this so that you will never, ever copy me again. I have to say, this character kind of comes across as a bit schizo to me. Yeah, schizophrenic and, you know, insane and crazy. And, well, you know, that's Poe for you. And I love the twist ending that comes at the end of this story. And I think it's just classic Poe all the way through. And I don't want to say what it is. If you're a Poe, if you're a Poe fan, you might have some inclination as to what this ending could be. I mean, you know how Poe is obsessed with certain things like death and the occult and stuff like that. So if you want to go ahead and read this story, go ahead. You'll love the little twist at the end. I certainly did. You know, I have to say, in one way, I wasn't surprised by it. But in another way, it came out as like, whoa. And, you know, in typical Poe fashion, like, the thing with Edgar Allan Poe is it's his endings that really make the story. The lead up to it can sometimes seem kind of dry or boring, but it's that ending piece, the end of the story, where that twist is right there and it just hits you. It just comes right there. The twist, story over. So it's all build up, final ending, and there's no letdown. There's no like gradual letdown wrap up, so to speak. It's just the twist is there, boom, done, story over. I actually kind of like the way Poe handles that. You know, in any other modern literature, I might be like, what the heck? Where's the come down from that high intensity, but with Poe, just the way he ends his stories, his endings really do make the story. Moving on to the next and final story for Edgar Allan Poe for this month, we have The Telltale Heart. Now this is, of course, one of Poe's classics. It is probably one of his most famous stories, and I have to say it's probably one of my favorite Poe stories. Definitely one of my favorite Poe stories that I have read so far this year. So The Telltale Heart is this tale about this guy. He lives with this older man, and he, you know, basically he's taking care of him. Except that this seems to have this crazy, insane problem with this old man. Even though the old man is really nice, he's gentle, he's never been mean to our main character here, to our narrator at all at any point. Like, it's not like the old man was a bad person, except he seems to have this one problem where he's got this evil eye just staring at him. Coming from the old man, he feels his eyes just evil, and it won't stop staring at him, and it's slowly but surely driving him insane. The evil eye won't leave him alone. He's constantly haunting him every day that he sees it. He can't help himself. He's being driven mad. He's being driven insane. There's nothing he can do about it. He doesn't think it until one day he realizes there is something he can do about it. For he can kill the old man and his evil eye, and the constant staring at him that he has back at him from his evil, creepy eye. And so he kills him, cuts his body up into numerous different pieces, dismembers him in this bloody, gory, gruesome death that he can't help but he's driven to killing this old man. And of course, now he has to find a way to get rid of the body so no one can find it. So he rips up the floorboards of his house. He buries the body, the dismembered body parts he stuffs under the floorboards of the house, and then puts all the floorboards back, thinking he's committed the perfect crime, that nobody will ever find out what he has done. But alas, he's wrong. For what we have now is the beating of the still undead heart beneath the floorboards. So again, like typical Poe, he's really playing off this idea of mental instability and the insane craziness that it can drive people to do, till they do this crazy stuff. And the Telltale Heart is just awesome. I love that idea. I love the idea of just having that heart beating below the floorboards, and only our narrator can seem to hear it. And so it drives our narrator crazy, it drives him insane. And I love that about it. It's just really got that kind of creepy vibe to it. And this kind of like, makes you shiver. And just, Poe's just so good at creating that kind of feels with his story. And you know, I'm not even sure what we might call Poe, whether it's fiction or horror, but it's just really well done. And that's what makes Edgar Allan Poe such a classic of literary fiction. And I am loving his stories, and you know, I'm sure I'll continue to enjoy his other tales and poems as we continue through this year on the Year of the Poe here on Drew's Book Reviews. So those are just some of my thoughts on Edgar Allan Poe's stories for this month. And you know, as always, I've got a playlist for Edgar Allan Poe here on the channel, so you could always go back and check that out. Definitely worthwhile if you want to see my other Poe videos and the things that I've talked about in those videos. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when I upload another Poe video on this channel throughout the rest of the year. So thanks again, as always, for watching. Thanks for your likes, your comments, your subscription. Join me over on the Discord if you want to talk more Edgar Allan Poe with me, or you could join me over on the Patreon if you're so inclined. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep on reading. Bye.